Well, let's get more on this now with Kyaw Win. He's the founder and executive director of the Burma Human Rights Network. Really good to have you back with us, Kyaw. Let's look at the Myanmar junta's recent significant loss of control of the Myawaddy town. This is the strategic town near the Thai border. It lost it to the Karen rebel forces last Thursday, and we know that it's just one of a number of flashpoints that the junta is battling across various parts of the country. How significant was the loss of Myawaddy for the junta?
Thanks for having me today. I think the military has lost a major military base in the Myawaddy, but the whole city is controlled by BGF, which formerly the border guard force, the alliance of the military before. But now they are also look like they are also swinging to the Karen KNU side or alliance public side. So that's a little bit tricky here. But what we can confirm is the military base, or which is overrun by the KNU, KNLA, and the PDF. So now the military presence in Myawaddy is diminished, and also some nearby villages. But at the same time, the military is continuously bombarding using fighter jets, which purchased from Russia and China. They're using against the people in Burma, public properties and villages, and where civilians are living. So we have lost so many religious premises like church, mosque, Buddhist monasteries, and pagodas, and killed so many innocent people as well.
Yes, of course, there is this fear that the junta will launch a brutal counterattack in order to reclaim Myawaddy. But in terms of the other potential conflict zones across the country, there is this narrative that perhaps the junta is losing its grip on key parts of the country, including those border areas towards China. What's your view? Is the junta losing its grip?
It is very true, because mainly the military get their manpower is from Zagain and Magui divisions, where the majority of Burma population live. Now these regions are anti-military now. They are against the military now because the military has burned down most of their villages, destroyed many villages and public infrastructures. I mean, lost the hospitals, no clinics, no medical any facilities. So people are struggling, and people are now against the military. So they don't have any proper recruitment or manpower anymore. So that is the reason why they impose conscription law recently, targeting the minorities, youth, to as a human shield. And you may heard about the 1,200, nearly 1,200 Rohingya has been forced to join the military, and they were taken from their homes and threatening them that if the villages, any village don't offer any conscription, the village will not receive any food or any food supply. So in order to save their family, they have to join that. On the other hand, the pressure from AA also very strong. The AA is asking them not to join them. Um, so the Rohingyas are already a very vulnerable situation. They are at the mercy of the international support. So now the military is putting this kind of pressure. The same will apply. The same situation is applying in many other places. And you may heard about a few Muslims has been beaten to death. Particularly one Muslim from nearby Rangoon, he was offered pork to eat. He refused to eat, and he was beaten to death. So that brutality is continue, and the military is now using, as you said earlier, they tried their best to use the brutality in order to oppress and pressure the public. But this is not going to work, as you see that, because now we are in third and fourth year now. The revolution is going on. So military is losing significantly in many locations. And according to one research report I just read yesterday, right? Yesterday, 53 cities and towns already fall from into the opposition's hand, which means the ethnic arms group has been controlling now 53 cities and towns and villages. So major towns now militaries mostly look like they are decided to defend the major towns and major cities like Rangoon, like Mandalay, like Naypyidaw, and also even Naypyidaw is not safe for them. They've been frequently targeted by drone attack PDF and by the ethnic groups, and so look like the military is struggling to survive.
Yes, and Kyaw, it certainly looks like that the momentum right now is behind the various ethnic rebel groups fighting across the country. But how might this end, do you think? Will the junta be able to regroup and effectively launch a counterattack against these forces, or will they somehow manage to topple the junta?
It also depends on the situations, the positions of neighboring countries. What we see here now is some neighbor countries are 50-50, the way they position themselves, but some countries still supporting the military, and they expecting that their interests will be served by remaining the military in power, which is very wrong idea and very wrong strategy. The people there, it will be remain forever. That's what people of Burma, which expecting neighboring countries to support, and we really appreciate some country like Thailand and like other country which open their arms to accept our populations and tolerating, and now that's really appreciation. But important thing is this military regime must go. This must be demolished. Really it must be, this military infrastructure must be, and their institution must be demolished and finished, because otherwise look like the Burma, look at the Burma. Burma is the only one country in the world where longest civil wars continue, huge amount of humanitarian disasters happening, and genocide is also happening. So there are so many, you name any kind of disaster is already there in Burma. It's a man-made disaster, it's not a natural disaster. So we definitely can stop that. Now people of Burma has determined to do this what we are doing right now, and you can see that clearly that there is a differences now. But what about the international community, and especially our
Yes.
neighboring countries? Are we with us, or are we with the military? They have to decide now.
Okay, Kyaw Win, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks, as always, for joining us here on TRT World.